action.
Hi boys and girls, and welcome to Musical Monday. So I wanted to talk to you about some instruments that I happen to have around my house. Long time ago, back in way back, I used to play percussion instruments. And that means anything that you have to hit in order for it to make a sound. So I have a few little examples here, and when you get into music with Mr. Matta, and when you get into middle school music, there's a couple of things here that you're going to be seeing that you get to, if you choose to play percussion instruments, that you'll be able to practice on, and you'll kind of see later as you get older. So the first thing I want to talk about is here my beautiful little keyboard. Nothing fancy, I got this years ago. And on these, obviously when you hit the key, it makes a sound. Anything that is percussive, which means you're hitting it to make a sound, or you're having to manipulate it, is a percussive instrument. So, what do I have to use here?
Keys.
Keys, and I have white keys and I have black keys, and those you will learn as you get older if you decide to go into music. And you can see, it's been a long time since this bell was played. I used to play a whole bunch. So, is called a bell set. And again, it's just like the piano. You see the black and you see the white keys, because those are representing sharps and flats, and then these are the natural keys. So if you pretty much learn how to do the keys on this one, guess what? You can pretty much learn how to play music on the piano.
Wow.
The only difference is that this one, can you hear anything?
No. What happened? Is it broken, Miss Mel?
Well, boys and girls, I'll tell you this, and Miss Vicky, this is not made for fingers. This one is, it's a piano.
Do you use your toes?
No, can't use your toes, can't use your head, can't use your brain. Over here, I'm gonna show you, I have something called a mallet bag. And in my mallet bag, I have mallets and sticks. Now this one's really old. Again, my son was using this one too, and it's pretty ragged. You see here, he didn't take good care of it.
One's falling out.
Popping out. But in here, I have different type of mallets. And that means I get to hit this. Now, here's some blue mallets. Now, these aren't quite as hard. They're rubber mallets. You can still hear them pretty good.
Wow.
But watch this. I have other type of mallets. Got a harder plastic. Now, this might be kind of loud, but here we go.
What? That sounds so much different.
See? There you go.
Miss Mel, can we compare the sounds?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to take a blue and a
Uh-huh.
black. It's kind of a mellow. You hear it?
Wow. So one is muted sounding, it's a little softer, and the other one's a little louder.
And so every kind of mallet instrument, there are different kinds. Like I said, this is called a bells. Bells kit. They're a little louder, a little more tinny. Ding, ding, ding. But the other ones are made with softer wood. There's a marimba. There's a xylophone.
I was going to say, it kind of looks like a xylophone.
Yeah, a xylophone you can use the harder mallets on. If you had a vibraphone, you cannot use hard mallets. You'll mess up the wood. Same thing with the marimba. You would have to use a mallet with yarn on it.
Is that what Mr. Matta has?
Yes, it's the softer ones. Now listen to this one. A little louder and...
Whoa.
And I wasn't changing the force. You can just tell they're just a little bit different. See?
That's
so
neat.
the other thing is you don't want to use the ones covered in yarn on a harder, like something made out of metal, because then you mess up the yarn. And these mallets are very expensive. They are very expensive.
Would it flatten them? Would it flatten them?
It will just mess up the yarn, Miss Vicky.
Oh, okay.
And then there's no way when all the yarn comes off, there's nothing you can do about it. That's it. Throw them away. That's it. So I have a whole set of 4 right here, because back in the day, Miss Mel used to know how to play all this. Not so much anymore. It's been a long time. Now the last thing I'm going to show you, because a part of percussion is drums. Now boys and girls, I'm talking about drum sets, I'm talking about snare drums that you might see. All of this stuff is all a part of percussion because I'm using something to hit it or I'm using something to manipulate. If I had a shaker, that's all part of percussion, okay? So if you notice, I'm not using any wind, like the way you see with saxophone or a trumpet or a trombone. Those are all using winds, and those are all different types of instruments as well. But the percussive instruments are right here. Anything that you hit, okay?
What about a guitar or a violin?
Oh, those are string instruments. Miss Vicky, very good question, because those have strings that you have to manipulate in order to play music. And because they have strings on them, that's considered a stringed instrument.
Oh.
Yes. So, have fun. Enjoy.